Welcome back, Truth Seeker. One of the international headlines today on New Year's Eve, China's Xi Jinping says that the unification of China and Taiwan will happen, and it will happen through force if necessary. And the speculation in the world is China planning the invasion of Taiwan for 2024? So let's talk about what's interesting about these statements being made to close out the year 2023. Again, being aware of the Cabal code, which is Gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words. His final focus of the year 23 is Taiwan, which does have a Gematria of 23. And with regards to 24, today is 24 days after the anniversary of the separation of China and Taiwan, which happened on December 7th, 1949. Again, December 7th, a day associated in America and Japan with Pearl Harbor Day. And more recently, December 7th was the day that Biden and Putin met just before war broke out in Russia and Ukraine. December 7th, 127. In Gematria, Bavarian Illuminati equals 127, so does Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. And remember, one of the plans of the Illuminati was to infiltrate Freemasonry, and George Washington penned those letters about his concerns about the Illuminati infecting Freemasonry. There's a reason the same dates come up again and again in history. And as you can see, this past December 7th marked the 74th anniversary of their separation. That means in 2024, when December 7th comes around, it'll be the 75th anniversary. And that means right now we are in the 75th year since their separation. Of course, when you turn 74, you begin your 75th year of life. With regards to 75, recall what's going on right now in Israel. Before Israel existed, the New York Times published this headline: "The New World Order pledged to Jews. Arthur Greenwood of British War Cabinet sends message of assurance. Here righting the wrongs. Seen English rabbi delivers to Dr. SSY's new statement on question after war." That headline is from October 6th, 1940. And as we've talked about so many times, the 75 date numerology of that article was crucial. And for years, we said, we'll see what happens when Israel turns 75 years old, which happened in 2023. And notice it was one day after the anniversary of that article that war broke out in Israel. And that was right before the Superior General, the leader of the Jesuits, Arturo Sosa, turned 75 years old on November 12th. But the reason 75 is so important, and that next year will be the 75th anniversary of Taiwan and China's separation. Gematria, again, in Gematria, New World Order equals 75. So does the phrase order out of chaos, which is the Jesuit Masonic motto. The word order itself has Gematria of 75. Again, if you're new here, that's because there are 4 base ciphers, the alphabetic order forwards, backwards, and then both orders applying numerology. So order out of chaos, 75. New World Order, 75. Order, 75. Who pledged the New World Order to the Jews? Well, whose calendar are we on? Whose language was that headline published in? Again, Catholic Church equals 75. We're on their calendar. We're on their timeline. The oldest English script goes back to a Catholic monk. The Jesuits, the military order of the Catholic Church, have been in the Far East, China and Japan, for longer than, say, the nation, the United States of America, has existed. But the 75 list, one more time: New World Order, order out of chaos, order, Catholic Church, Roman Catholic, Ignatius of Loyola, that's the founder of the Jesuits, Adam Weishaupt, that's the founder of the Illuminati, who was Jesuit trained. All of these things equal 75. And again, have you seen a headline like this before? You know, it's never been so telegraphed. War in 24, it's got a nice little rhyme to it. And again, 24 days after the anniversary of the separation, on the eve of 2024. And let's not forget the independent date numerology, or numerology for the year 2024, is 20 plus 24, which is 44. And as we know, military equals 44. And it's a number that has a lot to do with death and killing. And yeah, I suppose those are the main points that need to be made. So we are approaching that 75th anniversary of the separation, but right now, again, in the 75th year since the separation. So we'll keep it short and sweet. And it's just a reminder, don't live in fear, but live with your head on a swivel. Make sure you have the emergency supplies in case chaos breaks out in your neck of the woods, as it's happened in places in the past when world wars come. Again, North America has mostly been spared, I should say, in the history of world wars, but that might not be the case in World War III, which, again, was penned in a letter before any of the world wars happened, the Third World War to come, by Albert Pike, the important Mason, and that letter that he wrote about the three world wars, dated August 15th, 1871, on the Jesuit order's birthday. Right now, again, the superior general of the Jesuits, 75 years old. So, again, things to have in case chaos breaks out: first aid, water, non-perishable food, the right kind of shoes in case you need to move, warm clothes in case it happens in the cold. And again, just a frame of mind that these things have happened in the past. They could happen again. If they do happen, you don't want to be taken by surprise. So it's not about living in fear, but it's about being aware of what time it is and prepared for the moment in case it does come as soon as 2024. A protection device, also probably something worth having. And if you're not comfortable with guns, again, a can of bear spray might even be more effective than a gun. So something like that. Till next time, Truth Seeker.